by the cyclonic flood of emotions, to be accorded the opportunity to deliver this speech on this all-important occasion. I must also say I was glad to see how competitive the election was, especially with the girls' prefect side. This has really raised the name of our school so far as democracy and politics are concerned. I begin by enlightening you on what brought me onto the stage this morning. A wise man once said that the greatest journeys in life begin with the smallest steps. My journey of a lifetime began with a small step through the gates of one municipal model junior primary school, back in 2007. On my very first day in this school, I told myself that I wasn't going to join any society, not playing any sport, and that I was going to enjoy myself. And yes, I did exactly that. But did I really enjoy myself though? I'm not sure. Then I moved on to Form 1, and that was when I met the most intelligent, competitive, and active bunch of students. Every one of them was engaged in almost every school activity and event you can name. Be it the one they hate the most or the one they love the most. They would do it anyway. I realized that if I didn't do something about myself, I would be kind of the loneliest person in school. So I followed them. I joined everything I could. And believe it or not, I even submitted my prefectship application a year ago because of them. They changed my school life and made a positive change in me. Now fast forward to a year later, when I first took this stage to accept this post around this time last year, many thoughts flashed through my head. A part of me felt very excited and just could not wait for the long, arduous course lying ahead of me. The other part of me had so many doubts and was terrified and paranoid of so many things. Now the illustrious list of people who held this post, talk of the Bakuris, the Zenos, the Kudusis, the Pamphilios, made me question my ability again and again. I thought, what if I fail to be a good senior prefect? Will I be able to hold up my reputation? I think if I go on listing my insecurities, this speech will probably never end. But out of the many things I was worried over, delivering this speech was certainly one of them. It came as no surprise to those who know me personally that I was always the last in line when it came to speaking in public or being the center of attention. Oddly enough, but undoubtedly proud, I became the senior prefect of one municipal model junior high school, and this morning will be the last time I'll introduce myself with this title. Now, as time passed by, not only did I manage to conquer both my phobias, but I also became more comfortable in my own skin. As my term in office came to an end, I began to question myself what I would say in my speech. It was then when I realized that this will be the greatest hurdle I will ever have to leap across, because it is almost impossible. It wasn't as a result of my endoclophobia, neither was it due to my atishiphobia, oculophobia, or glossophobia, but it was the task itself which requires that I express the inexpressible. It is because no sum of words, speech, or presentation can truly convey what I ought to say and what lies in the chambers of my heart. Nonetheless, I will try my best, and I hope every one of you will bear with me for just a few more moments. Now this morning, I would like to channel the focus of my speech towards the prefects board, a group of selfless leaders who stood by me through thick and thin, a group I have always led with pleasure and pride. Most students often regard prefects as police in the school or annoying robots programmed to stand still in the stairs or to patrol the school canteen. But no matter how these students view us, they will never ever come close to understanding the true meaning of being a prefect, which is rather unfortunate, if not bizarre. My brothers and sisters, we in less than a year after assuming office have been able to transform and change a lot of things in this school. In academics, the school has had over 80% over the past years in the Basic Education Certificate Examination, BECE. We were therefore adjudged the best school in the one municipality and the entire region at the 58 Best Teacher and First Best School Awards organized last year in Tamale, which was fully attended by our own General Sani Abacha and Ibrahim Yakubu. And I remember seeing them on television on that day. In health and sanitation, I, the senior prefect, and my team collaborated with the headmaster and staff to provide dustbins at vantage points in the school This saw to you that the school was clean at all times. And you can see it's obvious, right? My brothers and sisters, since no society can develop in the absence of discipline, various measures were taken to curtail and discipline. For example, strict laws were made which control the activities of the people. No vernacular language was spoken. Students were made to come to school in time and not on time, and so on and so forth. And any student who violated such laws faced the music severely. In agriculture, I would like to make some clarifications here. I never said on the 26th of June 2015 that we were going to introduce a school feeding program. I never said that. What I said was we were going to improve the nutritional value of food in the primary school by simply producing enough vegetables to assist them in their school feeding program. So I was flabbergasted when students like Kelvin were constantly bothering me as to when we were going to introduce the school feeding program. So in agriculture, where we promised to improve the nutritional value of food in the primary school by producing enough vegetables to assist them in their school feeding program, the agri prefect and I drew a lot of policies to make this dream a reality. However, this dream was antagonized by the low rains recorded last year. And by this year, we are working assiduously on the garden. As you can see, work is currently underway in the garden. And I want to assure our headmaster and the good people of this school that this promise will be met, even if it is 3 decades to come when I assume the head of state of this country. Now, some of our numerous achievements also include we purchased a public address system which I'm currently using at a price of about 1,000 Ghana cedis, and this made our Fridays extracurricular activities very lovely. 2, the construction of a 3-unit classroom block which will soon be commissioned. 3, we also dug a borehole over there just to provide portable water for students. The school also secured the first position in the 58th Independence Celebration, and I want to thank Mr. Tutins for doing such an excellent work during that time. Five, the repainting of the urinals just over there. We also through our negotiations purchased, is it a 16-inch plasma television and a strong satellite for our staff. Now, my brothers and sisters, with these achievements and many others, it is crystal clear that what the 2015-2016 Prefects Board has been able to do within this limited time is unprecedented in the history of this school. Now, challenges. The 2015-2016 Prefects Board was faced with myriad challenges such as indiscipline among students, lack of support from some members of staff, limited power and intolerance among members of the board, which I, however, managed to solve with a great sense of wisdom and professionalism. My brothers and sisters, being a senior prefect both at the primary and junior high school, I have always learned that leadership is an opportunity to serve, and that it is not a trumpet's call to self-importance. These prefects wholeheartedly embraced their leadership, regardless of the way they were being perceived, which prompts me to take this opportunity to recognize all prefects. What most people don't realize is the sacrifice that each and every prefect constantly and relentlessly makes. It could be something as small as an argument with their siblings to make sure that their feet land in the school's compound before the clock strikes 6 o'clock a.m. every Monday morning, or as dreadful as coming back to the school in the middle of the holidays to make sure that things are in order, or even worse, bearing the resentment from students and friends because of the immense amount of duties that take precedence over them. No matter how small a sacrifice or how big a sacrifice, they are a sacrifice nonetheless. Perhaps their biggest sacrifice of all was their decision to give up the option of rebellion and undertake the responsibility of upholding the principles of this school. These prefects put their responsibilities above themselves every single time. And the fact that they do prove how dedicated they are, they do not succumb to temptations and stay true to the oath they took. To my ever so loyal assistant, Yusuf Zakim, as well as our girls prefects and other prefects, thanks for keeping the board together and assisting me whenever I needed help. Now to the incoming prefects, your journey as a prefect officially and customarily begins. The ties you have around your neck is what you've earned with your blood, sweat, and tears. Every morning when you wake up, remember the long, arduous journey of probation you went through and the challenges and the responsibilities you entail. Also, I know you may not be the ones under the spotlight this morning, but thanks for being here today to lend a helping hand to your seniors. There will be many more challenges ahead of you, and I know you will continue to strive and leave a legacy alongside your new heirs, Enchi Bosiako Kelvin and Nwabatolo Gaten. I have always been a firm believer of the notion that great leaders are those who take a little more share of the blame and a little less share of the credit. To our headmaster, you are the epitome of great leaders, and I would like to express my gratitude to you for your patience throughout my learning career. Your leadership and great influence will forever be ingrained in me, even as I prepare to move into the Flagstaff House come the 7th of January 2041. Before I conclude, because conclude I must, I would like to read this farewell message on behalf of all Form 3s. And it goes, we know this pattern is inevitable. Still, our hearts yearn for your company. This cohesive relation is deep, pure, and unconditional. That is why this is unique. We are not tied with the strings of selfish businesses. No, we have been drilled into complex world of grown-ups. Our interests are small. Our fights were trivial. Our hearts are stretchable. Today, we realize how important were your scolds and reprimands. Your sweet memories will echo along our journey of life. We salute these corridors and silent walls which witnessed us grow up. And my entire class and I remember our dear teachers with reverence, who have sculpted our characters through intense grooming. They taught us to work hard and taste the sweet fruit of success. They could visualize which we could not see for ourselves. They are an embodiment of relentless hard work, telescopic vision, and inexhaustible source of inspiration for all of us. In conclusion, in governance, there is a saying that power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. I would therefore like to advise the 2016-2017 Prefects Board not to be power biased or drunk, but to come together, lift your responsibilities above you all, so that together you will work and lift the banner of this Prefects Board above all other Prefects Board. And also note that a justice delayed is a justice denied, and a justice denied is a betrayal of the rule of law. In conclusion, I know a number of you might be wondering why we are having these red racks around our necks and hands. It is simple. Today marks exactly 365 days after over 130 people lost their life in an sudden incident that occurred in Accra last year. So as patriotic and to be leaders of this country, we thought it very prudent to have these red racks around our hands and necks so that we can remember the lives, those lives that were lost during this uncertain incident. So for this reason, I would like us all to observe just a minute silence to remember those who lost their lives during this event. Thank you. So just a minute silence.
We charge you.
May their souls rest in perfect peace.